ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Just Plain Living, and I'm John Gray.
And I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And here we are.
Here we are again.
And that's always a miracle.
I know
It
that
is.
we actually
It
can
is.
crawl out of bed and get it together.
Yes, it is.
Exciting stuff going on.
I know.
Town's full, people happening, things happening
It's
everywhere.
happening everywhere, and I'm so disappointed I didn't get to see the moon.
The
Because
blood moon,
Yeah, because we had all the clouds, but there were some great pictures on Facebook.
that's
That
supposed to
were
mean
beautiful.
something not so good.
This is how
So they say.
the world comes to an end, every time something like this happens.
Yeah, it was gonna.
And we're still here. So
Yeah,
that's
we
good
have
news.
a segment we still play on our show from time to time. It's about history that Bob Couch did, and we called it the Millennium Moment because back in the millennium, everything was supposed to disappear computer-wise, and there would be no more history.
Right. And that's
Guess
why-
what?
It didn't
It's
happen.
15 years later, and we're still getting history.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm
Still
very,
having
I'm very
history.
leery of
Yeah, the
long-range
millennium passed
predictions.
without
Yeah.
a hitch.
Not a thing.
Not a
Yeah,
thing.
Not a thing.
Yeah,
It was
right.
something about some X's or O's or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think none of them were ever. None of the computers were. Some of them, a lot of the computers were not designed to go past 2000.
That's
think.
probably probably what it was. So nobody
most
thought
of
we'd
them-
go that long.
Yeah, most of them were designed to go to 1999. That'd be my guess. I could be totally wrong about that. So,
Good guess.
So
That's a good
anyway,
You know, but that's just the way technology is. I mean, I remember the first computer I bought Jacob was like almost $3,000, and now you can buy a wristwatch for $100 that'll
Or
do
3,000.
the wristwatch for $100 that'll do 3,000 times what his computer
That's
will
true.
do.
So,
That's true,
So
yeah.
with your cell phone,
Yeah.
if you've got a smartphone, that will as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
I know that
insane.
the first computer I ever worked with was when we were in Atlanta, and it was probably half as big as the studio.
I know.
But
Isn't that amazing,
wouldn't
though?
do any more than wouldn't do as much as your cell
Yeah.
phone or any
No,
anymore.
no, it's
it
crazy.
used, punch cards and
Yes. Hanging Chad.
Yeah, and we put in the state-of-the-art cash register system in our hotels that I worked on that project, and the cash register itself was huge.
Yeah.
and it produced this big roll of tape that had punches. It was like a punch card tape.
like a
and
punch card,
You had
yeah.
to take that whole thing out. It was about that big around, and you had to take it out and take it to the general office. There was no internet or none of that.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you'd have
no,
to take it
heavens
to the
no.
central office, and you fed that.
Al Gore was
back-
still a babe in arms back then.
Oh, sure. He was
Times
about
have
my age.
changed, yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's amazing. You would think that with so much technology we'd be less busy, but instead I feel more busy.
Oh, absolutely, because I think we feel more compelled to
keep it under control.
Yeah, to know more stuff.
Yeah.
Now. I mean,
I wish it was working out for me.
I was in the store the other day, and a young lady was talking about she had a new baby, and how that she felt so intimidated by that,
Yeah.
wanting to make sure she did the right thing. And I said, well, just be glad that you're living in the computer age and the internet age, because when mine were little, they didn't come with a manual.
I know.
They didn't come with a manual, number one, and there was no internet.
Well,
so
I thought-
if you wanted to know something, you'd have to go find a book and read it. So.
I had read Dr. Spock. I kept Dr. Spock in one hand, and that's how I
Captain
tried.
Kirk in the other.
No, it was Dr. Spock was about raising a child.
Oh yeah, I
Because
remember.
if Dr. Spock said they need to go to sleep at 6 o'clock, well, everything stopped and my kids went to sleep at 6 o'clock. I mean, I went by that book because I didn't know what else
Well,
to do. I never
and
seen
it
a
might not
child.
be a bad idea
Yeah.
if people still had that book. And I tell you another book. I'm gonna get on my stump
All right, go ahead.
that I wish people had in their home, and it was written by a person named Amy Vanderbilt,
Exactly.
and it was about manners
Yeah, etiquette.
and etiquette. And I wish everybody, before they go to a theater or a play or a performance, would read that book and find out how they're supposed to act when they're in front of a bunch of entertainers who have spent their whole life honing their craft to perform in front of them, and not get up and walk right through the middle of the audience while right in the middle of an act.
Right, you see that a lot.
And you can live for an hour and a half without your damn cell phone, so turn it off.
It'd be tough. It's tough though. We went a couple of weeks ago. We went an entire day without cell phones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that was
like
a
being
good
on
thing.
vacation. It was wonderful.
I saw something on Facebook today that's worth telling, and it's a short commercial for McDonald's, but there was this older gentleman in a line of people lined up to get his food, and he was trying to ask for help, and nobody was helping him, and the girl at the cash register closed it down, left her spot, took him to a table, cut up his food, and helped him eat. I just thought that was a beautiful,
Good for her.
Yeah,
beautiful thing
absolutely.
for somebody to do.
And I'll guarantee you the people who were in her register line were raising all kinds of cane going to the
Probably.
manager because it cost them 3 minutes of their life.
Exactly. There's so many people in a hurry.
It's a society in a lot of ways is very mean-spirited right
And how
now, and
many
I blame
times-
it all on the computer. It's all because you get instant gratification.
Yeah.
You know, when you had to wait for gratification. You had to get in a car, get on a bicycle, and ride somewhere. You weren't able to do this, and it pop up instantly in front of you. And so now, when you go to a store, or you go to to be served by someone, and if they're not instantly all over you, then you just get agitated about it because you've lost a minute and a half. What are you gonna do?
I know. And like it's the waiter's fault that the food's not cooked. You know,
Yeah,
what are you
that's
going to do?
Be nice.
I don't
out
know
there.
if I want to go back though. I mean, it took too much effort to be able to
To train yourself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember one time. This is a kind of, I don't know if you remember this or not, John, but you know, we played bingo at the American Legion, and I was never anyone who knew much about gambling in general.
Yeah.
You know, but that was part of what we did, and I bought several books
To learn what to
learn
do.
about this that I actually had to read, you know, because for some reason they put me in charge of that.
Yeah.
And then we were doing something about on living when all these books were in the office, and we were doing something on living one time, and John went and got several books to use as a background.
Yeah.
I believe it was a minister or something.
Yeah, I made sure every time a minister or a politician was on stage,
You had your
the
pile
books
of
about
books.
drinking and gambling were in the background. Subliminal, folks. I can't help myself.
I didn't know if
I'm a
you did
fool
that
at
on
heart.
I didn't know if you did that on purpose.
Of course,
Oh, yeah.
he
Oh,
does
yeah.
everything on purpose.
Okay.
But it used to tickle me, and because we did the show at the American Legion, and we did it in the bar, because that's the only place we had big enough to do it. And all the sets were on hinges and rollers, and we'd put them up. And you know, the people, the politicians and people who would not come in that bar for anything would walk right through the middle of it to be on television and never say a word. You know.
Sure, yeah.
And so I just always thought it was all kind of funny. So I had gambling books behind it.
I wanted to give a shout out to Jamie Harden and his Elvis show. Great job.
Show. Yeah.
And your son?
Yeah,
What a singer, and-
Jacob and Cindy, my
They
son
did.
and daughter-in-law were in it, and Todd Nichols and a lot of folks from Tullahoma were in that show, and it was just an incredible show.
They did a wonderful job. It was fun.
It
I
was
enjoyed
very,
it.
very well done. Jamie wrote that show and went to Graceland, went to Memphis and to the Elvis people and had it approved. And they told him how big a check he was going to have to write to have to use all that stuff.
Yeah, but he did a wonderful
And,
job. I'm
they
proud
did.
of
It sold out. As a matter of fact, they had to add another day and
it sold
another
out.
show.
It totally sold
every
out
show.
because I was there last. No,
And that's a
Sunday
great
night.
little theater over there, and
It is.
they do good stuff.
It's
and
very intimate because
and,
you're almost to the
Fuzz,
theater.
Fuller Fuzz did the American Trilogy.
Oh goodness.
Fuzz did a lot of Fuzz sang a lot of songs, and it was really
brought
good.
everybody to their feet.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And when Elvis came out, and what they did is there just wasn't one Elvis. Jacob sang a couple of songs, and Jamie sang a couple of songs, and Fuzz. And then it was time for the Vegas act with the white
Costume.
collar and cape and all of that. That was Jackie, who runs
and
KK's.
I can't think of her
Yeah.
new name, but
And she
she's
had a little
wonderful.
short dress on and a little short cape, and she was a great Elvis.
Yeah,
She was.
I bet.
So
Sounds like
it was really well written in the way they did the show, and it was good. And they're getting ready to do an Ultimate Oldies dinner theater in December, a Christmas show, which will be fun. So
You know, John. Speaking of great Elvises, the fire chief just walked in. Oh God, I wish I knew where this clip was.
He would make a good Elvis.
The fire chief just walked in, and back before he was chief, matter of fact, he was a very young fireman. He did Elvis on one of our telethons.
I
at
remember.
The Legion. Hunka Burning Love.
Yeah.
And did a great job.
That is so
at it.
appropriate for a
Yeah,
fire chief.
And
Thank-
he has that leg shake down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I wish I could find it. It's kind of on the front of that classic tape program we put together last year.
Right.
So, but
Well, Hunka Burning Love is here today to talk about fire extinguishers, to where you won't be a Hunka Burning Love in your own house.
how appropriate.
You know, so
How appropriate.
we'll get Chief Chastain up here in just a little bit to talk about that. Ricky Taylor's going to be
Ricky
on the show
Taylor's supposed to
today.
be
He's
coming.
getting ready to be at South Jackson when?
October 10th.
And he'll be there with band, him and Jim and Inge Wood and Ben Ayers.
Ben Ayers, who is extremely talented.
Right.
Well, they're all
They're all
extremely talented, but Ben, we've watched him grow up, and
Right.
it's always
So
unique and neat to see somebody evolve into such a
Ricky's going to be on the show today, and we have our crack reporter, Andrew Todd,
Yeah.
happened to be at the 41A Festival this
Good.
weekend and got quite a bit of film for us. So we're
I
going to
don't
take
know.
you on a little journey to the 41 Festival.
I don't know if happened to be on at the festival is appropriate, because Andrew's a junkie for that kind
Oh,
of
he
stuff.
wouldn't. He didn't
loves that
happen to
stuff.
be there.
Yeah.
So
He was there.
He was there on
and-
purpose.
and,
Yeah.
So we'll have some footage on that, and then we have Sarah Fitzgerald is here today with some friends about foster homes and,
That's nice.
what
Yes, it
needs
is.
to be done in our communities about the foster children that we have, and looking for foster parents, and that's a great cause and a great
Absolutely.
thing. So we just have all kinds of stuff today. It's going to be good stuff. Don't you go away, because we want you to see all this good stuff. And go out and buy your Amy Vanderbilt book. We'll be right back.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday Miracles, Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have joining us now our Tullahoma Fire Chief, Richard Chastain, who is here to talk about, we don't know what, but he's got some good things he wants to talk about. But Richard knows about everything, and you know, we might get a weather update from Richard this morning.
How far in advance you want me to share, or just like, I mean, I can go a couple of months.
You know,
or
at my
just,
age, I really only care about what's going to happen the next day or two. You know, so.
Saturday night at 7 o'clock in Knoxville for the football game, it's looking like about 63 degrees and
Yeah.
partly cloudy.
Yeah.
So just if you're wondering about that, I'll certainly be there cheering the Vols on for their victory Saturday night.
Okay, and they desperately need one. Would you not agree?
Another one. Yeah, we've had one this year, and we're looking for another one.
Yeah, right, right.
Well, this will be an important one Saturday night. important. We need to send the Hogs back to Arkansas with tears in their eyes.
Yeah, and important one is kind of an understatement, particularly if you're Coach Butch Jones.
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
because he's weathered a little bit of heat from Saturday's
We're
loss.
looking forward to a good second half.
Yes.
We want a good second half,
Right.
not just the first half. We need to play the whole game. So we'll be there. What we're really here to talk about is fire safety.
Oh, okay. Now, very important.
Very important in Tullahoma and throughout the nation. Actually, October the 4th through the 10th nationwide is Fire Prevention Week. And we participate in that as well as all other fire departments in the United States. Our focus this year is Hear the Beat Where You Sleep. And what we're talking about is a fire alarm everywhere you might be sleeping in your home. Some people sleep all over their house, you know, in their living room, on the couch, recliner, bedroom, upstairs, wherever you may be sleeping, you need a smoke alarm to make the noise in case there's a fire. The Tullahoma Fire Department is participating with the Fire Marshal's Office in a program 100 for 100. What that is the fire department is trying to get 100 of these fire alarms installed throughout the city by October 10th. The celebration is the fire marshal has been in service for 100 years this year. So 100 for 100. These are free fire alarms. They're a 10-year alarm. You don't have to replace the battery. We can come out and install them if you live in the city limits. And all you have to do is call the fire station, talk to Richard Steiner, and he'll set you up.
That's a phenomenal program, especially since you guys come out and install them.
Absolutely, and we can also, I mean, we send trained professionals to your home at no charge. They'll give you advice on fire hazards in your home, how to establish an evacuation route for your family to get out and stay out. They'll help you set up a meeting place and also install these, and while supplies last, we have a free fire extinguisher also. It's a great program. We've been actually doing it since late 2009. We started the program with the Kiwanis Club that just held the 41A Festival.
Right.
Part of their donations come to us to help fund this program in 2009. The Fire Marshal's Office picked it up in 2012 and started doing it statewide. So we had already installed several hundred before the state picked it up.
It's hard for me to imagine that everybody doesn't already have a smoke detector. As much PR has been out there about this, and as important as it is, but obviously there are people.
Obviously, because we've even got it on our LED sign on the front of the building in big flashing letters, free smoke alarms here. You know, all you got to do is pull in there and get them. We've had 2 structure fires in the last month and a half that started outside or in the garage, and the people were asleep in the home, and neighbors woke them up and got them out. And when we arrived, there were no smoke alarms in the house.
Unbelievable.
And both of them were in the city limits. And if it hadn't been for their neighbors, you know, probably what would have happened? We would have probably had fatalities in that house, because when you go to sleep and then smoke starts building, it puts you in a deeper sleep. Most of the time you don't wake up. These fire alarms,
I didn't know that. It makes you sleep more sound.
it actually puts you into a deeper sleep, and it's got carbon monoxide, and you just start getting deeper and deeper and deeper until you don't wake up. These fire alarms reduce the risk by half, you dying in a house fire. I mean, it cuts that risk in half just by having these in your home.
I would imagine it's also a big problem, people that have fire alarms, but they're not maintained, so they might be inoperable with it.
There are several fatalities a year in homes where they have the fire alarm, but they've removed the battery.
Because it was chirping.
Because it gets to chirp, and it usually does it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and it wakes you up, so you get out and you take the battery out, and you think, well, tomorrow I'll get a new battery, and then you forget about it. And then when you need it, it's not working. Now, the advantage of these are it's a sealed battery, and it's a 10-year battery. And when we install them, we write a date on the outside, due to replace, and we put that year. And that way you can just look up there and see it, and you know, hey, I've got 7 more years, 8 more years, whatever.
Right.
Now, they still need to test them and clean them, keep them clean, but they don't have to replace the battery.
And chances are you need more than one if you've got a bigger home, I would think.
Well, every bedroom, of course, needs one because you want to hear the beat where you sleep. And then you want one on every floor, but you don't want to put one in the kitchen because, and if you want an example, come to my house. I mean, it's beeping all the time.
Yeah, right.
She's in there cooking, and he calls it cooking. I call it a fire hazard, but she calls it cooking. So, I mean, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Is this televised?
Yeah, and you know what? You may be going over the line there. I mean, not professionally, but personally. So,
I may need a place to stay.
Yeah,
you got an extra room
yeah,
with a fire alarm in it?
I think I do.
Okay.
I think I do, yeah.
No, you don't want to put one of these in the kitchen because it's going to be a nuisance and you're going to take it down.
Right.
So we don't recommend these in the kitchen. Now, if you're going to have something in the kitchen, you'll want a heat detector. And that would only detect if it got a certain amount of temperature, not smoke. Because anytime you cook, if you open the oven or something, it gives a little puff of smoke, and it'll set
Especially
these
if you
off.
have a tendency to burn stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, even just regular cooking, it will, a toaster will put off enough smoke to set one of these off.
Oh, okay.
So you don't want them in the kitchen.
I understand that, of course, the fire alarm, the smoke detector is going to increase your chances immensely of surviving. But I understand that there's really a short amount of time between the time this goes off, if there is, in fact, a fire, that you've got to get you and your family out of that house.
Immediately. If you hear a fire alarm, and actually this is a fire alarm or a smoke alarm. A smoke detector is like what's in this building. You have little detectors around and they send a message to the main panel, then it sets off the alarm. But these do it all themselves.
Right.
It's all self-contained. And if you hear one of these going off, you need to get outside, call 911, and then if you feel safe enough to figure out what's going on, use a fire extinguisher, whatever. But the first thing you need to do is make sure everybody's out, because that fire doubles every 30 seconds. It's doubling in size.
Every 30 seconds?
Double. It doesn't take long to where it'll overcome you.
Right.
And the smoke, most of the time, is what gets you. It's not the fire, it's the smoke.
Right. Unbelievable. So this is a pretty serious issue that you guys are trying to help remedy here. So that number, I guess, is the number they called. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Call fire station. That's fire station number 1. You can talk to whoever answers the phone. If you get an answering machine, please leave a message, because they're out a lot of times putting up these or running emergencies. We run 1,100 calls a year, plus we're training, plus we're doing installs, planning, pre-planning, all kinds of stuff. So if you get an answering machine, now of course if you have an emergency, 911.
Right.
You call 911. There's always somebody to answer that phone.
Right.
But our phone is just in the office there, and we don't have a secretary, so we're in and out a lot.
Right.
So don't get discouraged. We'll come take care of you.
Yeah. Okay. Outstanding. All right. And that's a very serious program. National Fire Prevention Week coming up.
October 4th through 10th. We're out in the schools right now doing the fire prevention because, of course, they're off for fall break during that week.
Right.
But we're out right now doing fire prevention programs. We're also checking fire hydrants around the city. So if you see the firefighters out in the trucks, watch out for them. They're flow testing the fire hydrants to make sure we have water if we do have a fire.
Okay. And also don't let this get lost. Chief Chastain also says that he predicts the University of Tennessee will be a whole lot more aggressive and liberal in their play calling and play selection this Saturday night against Arkansas.
Going to win by 21.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. Going to win by 21.
Win by 21. Okay. All right. Remember, you heard it right here on Living. Richard, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. We'll be right back with more Living right after this.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weakley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
All right, yeah, there's half a head gray right there. There's the rest of it. I love live TV, folks. Isn't it fantastic? Thought it kind of looked better the other way, but we'll go with this for now. Andrew Todd, as we said, was down at the 41A Festival this past weekend, and we're going to bring a song from the Austell Boys and Southern Pride.
Mississippi Queen, sing the blues, but cut it slow. Take 3 steps in and out the door, like a pretty bird I wanna fly. Tuesday's gone, but I'll be rocking and rolling till the day that I die. Southern rock is the way to roll. When you're down and feeling low, when you need a little water flow, Southern rock is the way to roll. Hey, Southern rock is the way to roll. The music cranked up, got the windows rolled down, all long and dusty, 2-lane road, headed out of town. Like a bat out of hell, my baby by my side, cranking up some skin and she knows every line. She's a country girl, redneck soul, ain't no doubt that she knows. Southern rock is the way to roll. When you're down and feeling low, when you need a little heart and soul, Southern rock is the way to roll. Hey, Southern rock is the way to roll.
Did you take your medicine?
Oh gosh, I forgot it.
Her nurse. You need a claim number? Her personal assistant. Let me just grab a... Her housekeeper. Her cook. Her accountant. When I started taking care of Mom, I didn't realize the challenge of playing so many roles. But above all, I'm still her daughter.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving to connect with experts and other caregivers. Together we can better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I have a wonderful group with me up here on the set right now. And in the middle of them is Miss Sarah Fitzgerald, and she's going to tell us, this is about foster families
parenting,
and foster parenting.
Yes.
And Sarah, give us sort of an idea of what's going on here.
I'm with the Coffee County Community Advisory Board, which works with the Department of Children's Services. Carla Hawes is from the Department of Children's Services and is in charge of the foster parents program. Jeff Harrison is with First Methodist Church. We're working together to put on a program to try to convince people of the benefits of being foster parents in Coffee County. And this is going to be on October the 10th from 11 to 2 at the Methodist Church Family Activity Center. And Jeff, who is one of the sponsors of the program and also an experienced foster parent, is going to explain to us a little bit about what's going on.
Tell it. Well, you also are a minister?
Yes.
At First Methodist Church as well.
Yep.
So
So what we're trying to do is there's a great need for foster families in Coffee County. Currently, I think we said that there was approximately 50 placements since the beginning of the year, and Coffee County only has 13 foster family homes. And so the benefit of keeping children in county is that once they're removed from their family, they can still go to school and see their friends and have shorter trips for visitation, where if they go out of county, if they're placed out of county, they have to change schools. They have to, they won't know anyone, in their new school and things like that. So we want to keep kids within the county so that even though it's a difficult and trying time for them, not everything is changing.
Well, that makes sense to me. If you're taken out of a family situation, it would be horrible, I would think, to be taken out of also your school situation, the adults that you have, that you look up to and respect, and your teachers, your preachers, your friends, parents, or whatever. All of that's gone, and that would be horrible. And now, are you with Coffee County, or are you with the state?
I'm with the state of Tennessee, but I'm set in Coffee County.
Okay.
We work out of the Tullahoma office, and I supervise the foster parent support unit for the South Central region out of the state of Tennessee. But we're targeting Coffee County because Coffee County has got a big issue with the fact that we don't have enough foster homes for children.
So the figure you gave a minute ago is there's 50.
At least 50.
At least 50 children who need to be placed
at
right
any
now?
given time.
At any given time.
Yes. Right.
And there are 13
foster parent
qualified, signed up people who've gone through
Yes.
the process to be a foster family. So it's 13.
Yes.
Now, in a situation, how many children can more than one child be placed in a foster home?
Yes.
Depending on space.
Depending on space.
Right.
So
Have the space and the financial means, then they are able to do that. Then that's part of the process when we write the home studies, and they go through the training, which is a 7-week program called Parents as Tender Healers. It's short for PATH, and they also have to have a criminal background check.
So, if somebody just wanted to do that today, you can't put a child in their place tomorrow. So you've got 7 weeks
training
plus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we want to make sure that
So
the
you're
child
seven-
goes to a home that's ready to receive them, that's going to care for them, that it's a good place for them to be, and that the people who are taking them know what needs to be done, and have some training in how to handle somebody who's being taken out of the home that they're used to and put in someplace that's totally strange.
And I'm sure there's quite a few anger issues goes along with that, and I can see where training would be something that would be necessary. I heard you say something about finances there. Is there any financial help from the state to someone who wants to do this, or does a foster parent have to fund the child, everything for the child out of the household?
The state does provide some money, but for a lot of things, there's not enough money, and that's where the Community Action Board comes in a lot of times. If somebody needs a prom dress, or has to go to a special needs camp,
right,
or they need luggage to get from their home to the foster home. That's where we and other community action boards, each county has one, can help out to supplement what the children get.
Very good. And so the fundraiser that you're getting ready to have, right?
Well, it's not a fundraiser. We're putting on an event to raise awareness for for foster families.
Yes, we're not soliciting funds at this.
But you would take them.
Soliciting foster. Oh, sure, we'll take that.
If someone was to show up, and say, what you're doing is great, and I can't be a foster parent, but here's a check.
We're a 501c3.
You're a 501. There you go. That's what we needed to hear right there. And so to get myself clear, get me clear. This is an event for awareness.
Correct.
It's at the First Methodist Church.
Yeah, we're going to have, it's going to be for 3 hours. It's 11 to 2 on October the 10th. The first hour, we're going to have booths set up. My church, CAB is going to have a booth. DCS is going to have a booth. Other adoption agencies are going to have booths where people can come. We're going to have live music.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Saturday.
Okay, very good.
Saturday, October 10th. We're going to have live music and activities for children. We're going to have a bounce house and some face painting and things like that. And then in the middle hour, we'll have a program where we'll have some people share about their experience of foster care, what it's like to be a foster parent, and how you can get more involved if you would like to do that. And then the last hour will be the same as the first hour. More live music, walking around, visiting the booths, and
free lunch.
Yeah. Free lunch. All right. everybody's up for a free lunch. I'm very interested in this, and it's something that I don't think, I wasn't aware that there was that type of need. I'm glad that we as a television network are helping people out there to understand and become aware of that, and I want all three of you to know that if there's anything we can ever do again other than this to help, you are always welcome to come here and speak about this situation, because I don't think people have a clue that where do these 50 young people who are in waiting, where do they go?
To other foster homes that are farther away. Like maybe we go as far away as Waynesboro from our region. We usually can keep them within our region, but Waynesboro is a long way from Tullahoma.
Long way away.
And it's a long way from their family and friends,
right,
and folks that have been there for them. And we're just hoping that we can make it where they can be closer.
Right.
And in an emergency situation where a child is taken away, it could be for an illness or an accident or something like that. They're scared enough already.
Right.
You don't want them to spend 3 or 4 hours traveling somewhere.
To somewhere where they don't know anybody, and are upset. Okay, well, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you very much for what you do, all of you for what you do, and know that you're welcome to come back.
We'll be back.
Anytime. You better, because I'm very interested in this, okay? Folks, we'll be right back. Don't forget October the 10th at the Methodist Church.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department needs you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Well, we're going back to the 41A again, folks, and there was a band over there the other night, and they didn't really have a name that they liked very much. It was cloudy. They looked up, the moon came out, and our man Andrew came staggering by with a camera. So their new name is the Stagger Moon Band.
You guys rock! Seems I can't sleep at night anymore. Just can't run like I used to. Wake up in the morning and try to figure out the day. I swear some things missing. Seems I can't sleep at night anymore. I just can't run like I used to.
All right, it's the Chamber of Commerce coffee at American City Bank this morning. Look at these good-looking guys out here at the door going to invite us in.
Come on in.
Yeah, and it's always packed when the coffee's here. They've got good food, good people. Look at that guy right there. There's a music man if I ever saw one. Yeah, the room is full and all kinds of good-looking folks in here. There's a lot of life care girls right there. Look at that Jenny. There she is, big smile. Oh, there's Carter. What's up, John? Look at them boys. Everything's good. Everything's good. Look at that beautiful face right there. There comes another one right here. Look at this one right here. Yeah, there's that beautiful smile. I can always find those good-looking girls. Here's the food table today. It's looking good down through here. Look at there. There's Mr. Andy Forrester right there. Yeah, look at all of them. Everybody's here at the Chamber Coffee today. Look at those good-looking folks. Ah, look at there. Where's your hat, Billy?
It's coming out.
It's coming out? You're getting it reinforced, huh? All right, they're all here. They're getting ready for the 41A Festival. Yeah, we've got aldermen. We've got all these good-looking folks here. Look at that. How's your cabbie doing? How's your cabbie doing? Hey, baby, you got any shoes on? Look at there. That's that Clayton shoe store right there. Look at them. They all got shoes on today.
Hey, John.
Hello, Aunt Dot. How are you?
Doing good.
Yeah, look at this good crowd here. Yes, sir. It's the Chamber of Commerce. Coffee. There's the cat burglar. There's the new director of United Way right there. There's Mayor Curley coming in. And of course, he's always hanging around these guys right here. Look at these good-looking guys right here. John Grader. Oh, Vern. Look at there. There's Mr. Grader right there. The gas company folks right there. Cheryl's Pest Control. Got any pests, give them a call. They'll knock them out.
We have a big fly-in coming up. The Aircraft Owners and Pilot Association are going to be at the Tullahoma Airport and at the Beechcraft Heritage Museum on October 9th, 10th, and 11th. And that organization needs volunteers, and you can go to their website and volunteer. But we as the Chamber need some volunteers as well, because we are going to partner with TAEDC, and we're going to man a booth to be able to showcase Tullahoma and to talk about this little piece of paradise that we have here. to all of those pilots that come in for that event here. This individual that's going to be our Grand Marshal, the 59th Grand Marshal, as a matter of fact, is from Austin, Texas, and is number 8 out of 10 children. This individual is very passionate about helping others and especially helping children. Even though this person is a business owner by day, if you look at this individual's playlist, you'd see Chicago, Garth Brooks, Duke Ellington, Aretha Franklin, Doris Day, Michael Jackson, all kinds of varied interests by evening. The list of boards and commissions that this person has been appointed to and served on in our community is endless. By day, this person has served in the U.S. Marine Corps and worked at NASA Ames, and by night is known to DJ parties and resurrect the wonderful music of Michael Jackson by telling his story told by her. Please join me with your applause as we welcome to the front the 59th Annual Tullahoma Christmas Parade, sponsored by Stan McNabb Automotive, Grand Marshal Catherine Murray.
Tell me again, what's the theme?
Tinseltown.
Oh, hang on.
Tinseltown. Oh, Tinseltown. Tinseltown. Oh, and my hair and the glove.
It's about as tinsel as
I mean, this is it.
All right.
We might need to get you some tinsel sneakers.
We can do that.
Okay. Or patent leather. Let's have a
all right.
Moonwalk.
My family knows not to give Catherine the microphone. I tricked my sister into coming here today. She had no idea.
I saw her
She was right there. So as soon as she heard that 8 out of 10 Austin, Texas, she knew what was going on. But I really appreciate you guys. This is a great honor to be the Grand Wizard of the Grand Marshal of the Christmas Parade.
Where's your flag?
I've worked on that a long time, y'all. But anyway, I just have been really blessed to be in this community. I moved here in 2000, and I moved here with the intention of being a hermit on the lake. It didn't work. And anybody in here, raise your hand if you know Anna Johnson. You know Anna Johnson?
Oh, yeah.
You need to thank her, because I wanted to stay on the lake, and she kept, my very first thing was called a chamber coffee or something.
Oh.
She invited me to go, and then next thing I knew, I was going to her seminars, and I knew half the people in Tullahoma in about 6 months, thanks to Anna. And so she gave me this bookmark when I decided I was going to open a store, and it said, "Do not follow where the path may lead, go instead where there's no path and leave a trail." So that's what I've been trying to do with this community.
Yes.
And I really enjoy giving to the kids, to anybody that needs help. And I realized the last show that part of the show for me is that the little kids that are in my show and the big kids that are in my show understand the importance of giving without asking anything back. So that's what I try to do.
All right, let's give a big welcome and a big thanks to American City Bank and Carter Safe.
Thank you. We drew straws earlier, and I got the straw that allowed me to do this. So thank you, Troy, very much. Thank each and every one of you for being here. This is a wonderful chamber. You do it right, and this community does it right. So American City Bank is a 41-year-old institution. It's been a mainstay in this community, and we also have locations in Manchester and Franklin County, just across from the co-op there in Deckard, and then in Lynchburg on the square, Farmers Bank of Lynchburg. We're happy to serve in those communities, and we appreciate the opportunity to do this each fall. And your support of this chamber and your desire to do great things in Tullahoma are what make this community special, and we just want to play a small part in that.
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created an American dream lived. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
There is no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away, and choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Soft and low as he hears my baby's gone, because he knows that I love her so. I cry these blues with him each night till dawn. The lover's moon shines through the trees into my room and touches me. Shadows appear like willows' tears as we weep for what are now just memories. And then morning comes, I'm all alone, 'cause all of the friends I had now are gone. But misery finds company each night when my blue friends all come home. The silence of one candlelight holds me close in the night till a lonesome train moans out these blues, and I know he knows just what a man can lose. She was my life, she was my love, the very light from heaven above. But now she's gone, taken from me, and now comfort finds me here each night in dreams. And then morning comes, I'm all alone, 'cause all of the friends I had now are gone. But misery finds company each night when my blue friends all come home. Each night when my blue friends all come home.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to be on the set today with Ricky Taylor, who's bringing the Live Roots Ensemble to South Jackson Civic Center. Welcome. Thanks for that number. You wrote that, didn't you?
I did.
October 10th. I didn't finish my sentence. I got carried away on what you were doing. What prompted that song? I love that.
Well, I've got a passion, I guess, for old-time country music, and that's kind of what I was feeling when I wrote that.
Kind of a blues.
Yeah, a bluesy, bluegrassy kind of old country, and I was sitting on the front porch of my house, and I live in the old part of downtown Huntsville.
Yeah.
And
it just came to you?
Yeah, I did. There was
and Julia's trying to destroy the set, but that's okay.
But Yeah, it was you know, kind of a classic, you know, loving and losing kind of song.
Loving and losing,
you know,
yeah. Well, yeah, obviously you've been in music a long time, and I want to tell the audience a little bit about there's how you get tickets. 931 if you happen to be out of this area. 455-5321, and we also have a website, southjacksoncivicassociation.org, and you can go to tickets and get tickets online. And this is October 10th at 7:30 at South Jackson Civic Center in Tullahoma.
That's right.
And you are bringing a wonderful group of musicians with you.
I am.
Tell me a little bit about who you're bringing.
Yeah, a little bit of prelude to that. I played bluegrass many years ago. And
Yeah.
I was in a band that was playing contests that it then involved a fellow named Mike Snyder, which a lot of people might know.
Everybody knows
yeah.
Mike Snyder.
yeah. Yeah, we still keep in touch
Yeah,
every once in a
good.
while. He's a wonderful person. But we were traveling around playing contests and such back. I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And I met Jim in that environment. He was, I think, 14 when I first met him.
And he was a professional even then, wasn't he?
Oh,
he was a pro on the fiddle
yeah.
all his life, I think.
Yeah.
I felt like he was born with a fiddle in his hand.
Yeah, he was cleaning everybo's clock on
Yeah.
the fiddle in all these contests back then. He ended up winning the Tennessee championship, state championship on the fiddle 5 times now, and he's got so many awards I can't keep up with him. But I lost track of him for about many years,
Yeah.
about 3 decades, and long story short, I suppose I was about ready to kind of walk away from music. Hadn't done anything original, but I had written a bunch of songs quietly in the closet, and
So will we get to hear several of those songs?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yes, absolutely. But I was in the process of archiving them and throwing them on a pile and walking away from music altogether when I met Jim, and well, he took a listen and said, well, let's do a real CD of those songs. He liked them well enough.
And speaking of your real CD, that is included in the price of a ticket.
Absolutely.
You're giving away your CDs, and it's
That's right.
got a wide variety of music on it, I believe.
Yeah, it does.
And is this CD with Ben Ayers, and or is it with?
It's actually predates the formation of the band.
Oh,
But
okay.
the CD actually was the reason the band formed, was
Because of your music.
Yeah, Jim thought the songs had enough merit to do a CD, a
Right.
real CD, and he produced it. And then afterwards, we sort of mutually agreed that why don't we get out and just play some of these songs.
And so you developed the Live Roots Ensemble. I know you
Yeah.
played with Claire Lynch. Are there other people you can tell me you played with?
Yeah, I played with Claire Lynch and a number of people. Claire Lynch was a real sweet gig.
Yeah, I'll bet.
She was
Did
wonderful.
a lot of touring.
Yeah, we did. We toured from coast to coast with that.
And so you're living in Huntsville, and you hooked up with Inge and Jim and Ben for this event.
Well, no, this is the band, and we've been playing. That was about close to 2 years ago when the CD was recorded,
Yeah.
and since then we've played a few shows.
What I was impressed with your music, and that's why I chose you for this event at the Civic Center, was the eclectic sort of instrumentation and music that you do, from Celtic to folk to classic, bluegrass. You guys do it all.
Yeah. I think the one thing in common with this band, and the thing I love, is that the level of musical
Talent
quality
and
that they
yeah.
bring, and that elevates me, to a higher plane, if you will. But yeah, there's a lot of I don't ever write a song with a particular style or vibe. So
It's just what comes to you, and
Yeah.
it feels right. And
I think I would feel too constrained if I was trying to write
you
a
write every day, or you just wait till you're inspired?
I just wait till it happens.
And it hits you. Does it ever hit you early in the morning? or
Yeah, it does.
Late at night.
But usually, yeah, right. Usually when I'm trying to fall asleep, when I
Right.
get back up.
And you think, oh my gosh, if I don't get up and write it down, I'll forget.
But yeah, what Jim and Inge and Hillary Klug and Ben Ayers bring to the table is this musical.
And Hillary has gotten married.
She has, and I'm
So,
still struggling, by the
yeah.
way. So if I still use her
And
married
those
name,
of you that knew her as Bevels, it was Bevels.
Yes,
And
yes.
she, not only does she do Highland Fling dancing, she plays a spectacular fiddle, too.
she's great
Yeah.
at fiddle, and she's like Jim and Inge. They can transition from
one thing
hardcore
to the other.
bluegrass
I know
right to
there
classical.
will be probably 30 instruments on the stage, and we are running out of time, and I just want to encourage everybody to get a ticket and come to see the spectacular show at South Jackson Civic Center, October 10th. Ricky, wish we had more time.
Oh, thank you.
you so much for driving down.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll be back.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat, you know? They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paint Works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
We're going to take you back to the 41A Festival for a moment with Hayden Carpenter and his renditions.
Where would you be at?
Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
And Saturday night at the 41A Festival in Tullahoma, Tennessee, the closing act was the Big Smo himself. I bet he slathered up in meat mud and got on stage, and Andrew Todd was right there reeling and rocking and brings you this performance.
I'm southern by blood, not relation. Survive with a buck knife and Papa's gone. One hit is done, one sleeping is sprung. Because of the sticks, I got a bump and they gums. About this backwood country boy, Bill Porter. I'm the PNT and blood where you might get stuck. Grand chamber, my king, I'm like a 10-point buck. Let that 12-gauge spray if you mess with my truck. Talking K5 Chevy, bonfire music. King mud smother, better get used to it. Beast on the grill, I sizzle right through it. If it's meat that you want, then I think I am moving. Take it back to the facts. Redneck street cred, bloodline to match. You couldn't rock my boots, you can't fit my hat. Sit you on my coattails, watch you scratch my back and holler, Big Ross. They call me the Big Ross. I'm known as that backward country boy, and they know the power. They want that door, they holler, Big Ross. are. King Bud, don't like the way we live in King Bud. On my hood, mud nuggets getting buckets and bottles. Tell them city boys to kick mud off of the bar. Raising Cain in a lane, 3 foot of stock. And a machine that don't listen when you tell it to stop. Smoke blood Campo with some dirty jeans. Beat bust full of yeah, I put that on everything. Cotton out for the farm all head. And baby, they never seen country like that. King Bud, 35 sitting high my truck. King Bud, crawling through the slide pits, my grips. King Bud, country living shine, sipping we are out. King Bud, you don't like the way we live it, guess what? King Bud, 35 sitting high my truck. King Bud, crawling through the slide pits, my grips. King Bud, country living shine, sipping we are out. King Bud, you don't like the way we live it, then you can King Bud. It's Big John on the block. I felt your life statements off a nigga crop. While talking, I walk every line that I spit. Keep it crushing for my kinfolk, repping the sticks. Backwood living, road to living. More red American, Southern and simple. Before the ride, living to die. Ain't up standing in our way, I'ma sit that side. King Bud, 35 sitting high my truck. King Bud, come on, King Bud, country living shine, sicker we are. King Bud, don't like the way we live it, guess what? King Bud, 35 sitting high my truck. King Bud, King Bud, come on, y'all. Come on, King Bud, all over the world. King Bud, all over the world.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all is forever, you'll be holding me to.
I miss Ray dearly, and I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is the Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair to remember.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is the Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you or at crackerbarrel.com.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
I'm so glad you hung around today for living. Hello, John. Come back
Hello.
to the set. Let's wind this thing up.
We winding it up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Tell you what, let's do.
What do we got?
I want to thank Rick Gerwe and their family over there.
For that
Mid-South
water.
Distributing. They are our water sponsor here on Channel 6, Channel 193 Charter. And this is Aqua Hydrate. It has electrolytes in it, great water. They're a great family that do wonderful things for this town.
They really do. And some people forget that just water is not often enough. You need the electrolytes.
Electrolytes, that's right.
And,
keep you charged.
It's really important because if you ever get low on your electrolytes, you will know that it's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing. You need to stay charged up, and you can get that with Aquahydrate. And down there at Mid-South Distributing, and enjoy all of the other products they have.
They are a great bunch of people.
They're good folks, and they support this community in so many ways behind the scenes that most people really don't know. And so it's a good thing to support them. And it's like we always say, keep your money at home.
That's right.
Buy from hometown local folks.
We have some good folks here that have a lot of good things to sell, and go out there and thank them for sponsoring us and other things they sponsor.
Yeah, oh sure, and just like the folks in with the foster homes and all of that type of stuff. This is a great area, a great town we live in.
It's a very giving.
It's very giving, and but you have to realize that for those to give, we need to do business with them.
That's right.
You're not going to get a donation from some cat on the internet when you go stick your hand out looking for a T-ball or a gift or something.
You have to get it here.
You have to spend money right here at home, and then you can go to those people, and they can feel like they can support your cause because you support them on a day-to-day basis, and the profit that they make stays in town.
I was interested in what the fire chief had to say today about people keeping their fire alarms, smoke alarms up to date.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go home right now and fix mine up.
Well,
I'm worried about it.
One of the things they said last night was keep the beep where you sleep.
Keep the beep where you sleep.
I mean, if you are in a bedroom with the door closed and your smoke alarm's upstairs and somewhere else, and you can't hear the beep, it's not doing you any good.
That's true.
So keep a beep where you sleep.
That's important. Do you have all your fire alarms
all my
set?
beeps, all our we've got so many things beeping in our house. Oh me, it's hard to believe all the beeping that goes on around there.
At the Gray Mansion.
The Gray Mansion, the Gray Mansion for sure. Chateau Gray.
Chateau Gray.
Chateau Gray.
I like the way that sounds.
That sounds good, doesn't it? Hey, folks, thanks for being with us today. Make sure you tell all your friends to watch everything we do on Channel 193 here on Charter, and go to our website, www.channel6, that's the number 6, thelink.com, and see all our shows. It's just like on demand. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.